Hey, hey, hey. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll just get right.
There.
Oh, hey.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
So, Mike, after all this time, finally, you get to do this run at No Reset.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm really glad we have you here today. Just to give you guys a little bit of backstory, Mike was actually scheduled for our event in Austin in June, and he couldn't make it, unfortunately. So when I saw him resubmit for Atlanta, it was an instant end because I was really looking forward to his run. And as I said, I'm really glad you're here right now. So you're kind of you're in the middle of the Zelda sandwich, as it were. You were preceded by the original Zelda, and you're going to be followed by A Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
On one of the better Zelda titles, and one of the most underrated one, I'd like to say, in my opinion.
I think so too.
And 100% reverse boss order at that. So that's going to be something. As you start the run or before the run, if you could give people a little rundown, a little TLDR of what your category is all about, because for a lot of people it probably doesn't even make sense to begin with. But
well, there's quite a bit of cutscene right at the start of the run, and that's when I usually explain how it's all going to work.
That's perfect.
So
Awesome.
I'm ready to get started when you are.
Perfect. Well, before you get started, I'm just going to remind people that we're $250 away from achieving the Axiom Verge bonus run incentive. So keep donating. And we had a $20 donation by Esteban Brazofuerte, who says, Team Liddy. With that being said, on your mark, ready to start the timer.
All right, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, yeah.
So we are playing not Link's Awakening DX. We're playing the original Game Boy release because the Game Boy Color version patched out quite a few glitches that we're going to be taking advantage of. And because the incentive is met, we're going to be playing a 3-heart run as well. So the only difference between the original version of the game and what I'm playing today is that heart containers and heart pieces don't work. So for 100%, the 100% category, we're going to be picking up all of those items, even those items that just don't work. All 8 instruments, all of our inventory items, all heart containers, all that fun stuff. We're going to pick all of that up. And we're also going to be playing reverse boss order. So we're going to be starting in Dungeon 8, finishing up with Dungeon 1 before we go to the Windfish Egg to finish the game. Sound like Super Metroid, reverse boss order. You still have to do Mother Brain last there, and we still have to do the Windfish Leg last here. There we go. And the tricks I was using to get down to the beach is one of the tricks that was patched out in Game Boy Color, which is screen warping. And I just want to open up the map just as I'm about to move from one screen to the other, and you can see Link stays in place, but everything keeps moving around him. And you can see what I just did there. If I open up my map, see I've got that one little tile in the top left corner that's revealed because I actually was able to loop around the world map using the screen warp. And we're going to be seeing that map screen flash up a ton. Screen warping is used for just to get from point A to point B faster. It's used for a lot of sequence breaking. Trying to get English out of my mouth. If I open up the save and quit menu when I'm opening a chest, it skips the dialogue box, which saves time unless there's rupees in the chest, like I just did, unfortunately. And for my next trick, we're going to head to the Kennel World. Whoop, to the left, Mike. So if you're familiar with this game, this is Dungeon 2, kind of. You can see the graphics are very glitched out. Not everything's loaded incorrectly, but I actually just headed to this staircase so I can go to Dungeon 1. The Kennel World works a little bit differently every time you go in, depending on how many enemies you defeat. Whoops. Before you enter. So for the first trip, I need to kill 3 enemies. For the rest of the game, I want to kill 6. And that changes not just places you can walk. The important thing that changes is which staircases work. I come in the corner, slash at these ghosts. This is going to get me my level 1 bracelet. Just like that. And I do want to point out the one restriction that comes with the 100% category, is that you are not allowed to duplicate items. So even though I'm getting to these chests in a very, very backwards way, If I were to go to Dungeon 1 or Dungeon 2 right now, go completely valid inbounds way, those chests are still open. So I can't duplicate those items. I can't pick them up again. They've already been gotten. So we're getting to the valid chests. We're just getting there in an unusual way. We're going to be stealing this bow, too. We do not have that many rupees in the route. Eh? Yep. I'm going to be doing a super jump here, too, to go get my first piece of heart. There we go. And I'm going to save and quit right back to the entrance. Link's Awakening is, especially for a Game Boy game, it's a very big game. There's lots of places and caves to explore, lots of things to go and see and do. But if you can break through boundaries and go places you're not meant to go, you can really slice and dice your way through the map very, very quickly. Because the way that the game plays in reality is not necessarily the way that it's stored in game data. So if you're able to abuse screen warping in particular, you can make a lot of fun shortcuts happen. And the reason why I'm beating up poor old Granny right now is I screen warped over a loading trigger, so it hasn't loaded in the correct sprites for where I am. That gives me 6. Ooh, I need to go do some fishing first. The first fishing minigame in the Legend of Zelda series, it's very, very simple. It's not nearly as complicated or frustrating as it is in the 3D titles. For example, I need to catch this little guy. I'm gonna play again. I want this big fat one that's right underneath me, but that little guy's just blocking him very well. Come here, come here, come here. Thank you. Oh, and I didn't mean to play again. So we're just gonna reel back in. No, I don't want to play again. I want to save and quit. So let me walk over to the side, skip a couple of screens of movement. Make sure that's 2. Yeah, okay. And we still have those 6 monster kills saved. So I'm right back to the kennel roll. And our next stop's gonna be Dungeon 3 to pick up Pegasus boots. And the Nightmare Key for Dungeon 3. Even though we're not gonna fight that boss yet, we'll be able to be prepared for our trip later on. I gotta be careful here. If I don't hit the staircase on the correct pixel, I get soft lock. I have to save and quit back out. Let me get up here. All right, so screen warping is not a frame perfect trick, but if I want to stay on the outer platform in that particular situation, your timing is very, very important. I'm not going to say it's frame perfect. I know that that's a very big title to throw around, but your timing does matter for screen warping in certain situations. Thud. 2. I'm gonna grab this before I forget about it. 3. We're gonna be seeing this cave at least one more time. It's just a very convenient. It's easy to get here. There's 3 easy to kill enemies in it. That's gonna put me at 6. And I've got one more trip to the kennel roll to do before we start diving into the dungeons. Yo. Oh, sugar. The sword guy usually tags me. There we go. Little right. More. And I get some weird movement through these instrument room screens, but I'm just headed right back up into Dungeon 4. And if I wanted to, if I really wanted to, I could go fight the boss now, but we're doing reverse boss order, so I'll have to come back a little bit later. I'm gonna screen warp up here. I think I got it. I got it. For the flippers. Get out of here with this one heart. And now I can go anywhere I want to go in the game. With very little exception. I've got bracelets, I've got the flippers, I can run and jump. And what we're going to do is go take advantage of that first warp zone I unlocked right after I grabbed the sword. Gotta wait to land there, Mike. There we go. Whoop. And stop in here, set a save and quit point. So if you're really, really good and you grab that piece of heart and you die at the same time, you duplicate the piece of heart and invalidate your 100% run, which is, you know, that's always fun. Ah, I missed the screen work. I'll just come down here and reset from the corner. That looks good. And let me get Blano out of my face. There we go. Whoop. I shoulda grabbed my sword. It's all right, we can reset very quickly. And we're gonna see this trick again in just a second when I finally grab the fire rod. Get up here. I knew that wasn't it. Come on. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. My controller has deconfigured itself. So I guess this is a good time. Wait, has it? What happened? That's quite unusual. Hold on. Okay. I think my controller picked a really good time to stop working properly. Let me get a hand on these keyboard controls, and I think we'll be okay. Maybe not. What in the world is that? What a time to have a hardware malfunction. Hey, so if you can hear me in the back, I might need that controller you offered me earlier, because I have nothing, unfortunately, and this keyboard doesn't support... There we go. Hey, I got the save and quit. I can keep playing until I get that, I think. Yeah. Gonna take me a little while to get used to these keyboard controls, but I'll have a great time. Tell you guys the story of my week, because I know you guys may be very glad that I'm here, and I am very glad that I managed to make it here too, because this speedrun almost didn't happen this week for a number of different reasons. It has been an adventurous week for me here in Atlanta. I love Atlanta. Everybody I've met here has been very, very friendly, so don't get me wrong. Where's my run button? Here we go. Thank you. Let me do this dungeon, and then I'll try and swap controllers when the intro music's playing. Come on now. The fun thing about doing Hothead first is he deals 4 hearts of damage if he touches me. And I'm only coming in with 3 hearts, obviously. That's not math that works in my favor. Stay. Stay. Boom, boom, boom. And we're gonna look at the screen real quick here while I reconfigure my controller. Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to save and exit here. Hold on. And let me reboot the emulator here. Reset runs. Yep. Reset my controller. Oh my. What do I use to start and select here? There we go. Evidently, I don't want to use that because it's not reading that either. I'm having a hard time getting the controller going today. Select, start. Why won't it let me hit start? Left, up, down, A, B. Select, start. I hit start. It's gonna be that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nope, it's not working on that controller. It's all right. We're gonna wing it today. Man, so yeah, let me, while we're making our way to Dungeon 7, and it is a pretty long trip actually. I can tell you guys a story of how my week has gone. So I come from very, very deep in the country in Virginia. You know, lots of farmland, not a whole lot going on. So I don't get to the big cities like Atlanta very often. And first day I got here, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get myself around town. And I don't know, you guys who live in the big cities probably heard of this already, but they have these scooters that you can rent. Very cheap, you know, I think $1 to unlock, 15 cents a minute. Very, very cheap to unlock these scooters. You can zip around town. It's a whole lot of fun to use them because, you know, I've never had an electric scooter before. We don't have those where I come from. And second trip on the scooter, find out that between me and where I'm staying is a very, very steep hill. And I had a hard time finding that brake on that scooter and took a pretty nasty crash, which is why I don't know how well you can see it on camera, which is why both of my hands are very nicely bandaged. Definitely playing hurt today. So the run almost didn't happen because it's, you know, I almost got myself killed in a scooter accident, of all things. The run almost didn't happen because before I even got on the scooter, I have very serious recurring neck pain. And first night I got here, I basically cried myself to sleep because my neck was just killing me. And as a local therapist was able to squeeze me in at the very last minute so I can get adjusted. My neck's feeling better now. $120 poor for the exchange, but I'm feeling so much better than I was 2 days ago. And then today, I'm supposed to be playing on GameCube. I'm not supposed to be worried about emulator controls and my adapter choosing this very moment to break and the Xbox controller not working. None of this is supposed to be an issue, but Dumb Mike left all his GameCube memory cards at home and can't boot up the Game Boy player. So this has been quite an effort just to get this game on stream today. So I want to thank everyone for being very, very patient with all the issues. Because there are about 6 different ways this one almost didn't happen this week. I want to thank everyone for donating for the incentive as well to make it a 3-heart challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun. I gotta get used to these keyboard controls. I'm gonna have to change them. One or the two. I'm gonna have to redo that. I didn't want to go through those stairs that I went through earlier, which is select. There we go. Because now, unfortunately, I have to screen warp through here. So that was a bit of an unfortunate blunder. It's gonna cost me a little bit of time. And you can see if I don't get the timing on my screen warp correct, whoops. Link kind of moves before the map screen appears, and that's not what I want to see. And he's just not giving it to me. We're going to do this backwards then. We're going to carve a new path forward. It's going to be a slightly longer trip through Dungeon 8 than I intended. I didn't want to pick that up here. Oh my gosh. Finding buttons is going to be the challenge of the day, I can tell. Yeah, and yeah, that was the first thing I tried. I'm gonna let this cutscene, this talk play out. I could save and quit through it, but that means I'm not gonna be able to go and learn Marin's song right now, which I definitely want to do. And I'm gonna stop here to stop the beeping, and maybe think about taking a swing at. Nah, we'll be all right. I'm gonna have to figure out these controls. That's all. Select key. There we go. Yeah, this is really fudging up my timing. Jump, dude. I'm trying to screen warp back to town. And unfortunately, this is a screen warp where if I miss it... come on, dude. If I miss it, I have to just save and quit back. So not being able to screen warp the way I want to is not great right now. All right, one more try. And then I'll just go the long way into town. Get away from me, Gem. There we go. All right. I think I figured out the timing for it. We'll see in a second. I didn't pack it. Had to make sure I knew which one the A button was. You do not want to hit B there. You get to watch the whole cutscene all over again. No, leave me alone. All right. So now that I've got a little bit of progress, I really do want to get back up to Dungeon 7 here. So let's see if I can get this screen warp. It will not give it to me today. Give me what I want here. I think that got finally. Oh, thank God. All right. You know what I'm going to have to do in like 30 seconds, though? I'm going to have to do what I just did all over again in a different cave. And to complicate matters in this cave, I'm going to have those bats. Oh, of course, the bats are going to tag me. I'm going to have those bats to deal with. And I've got these lovely cracked tiles to deal with. Thankfully, my timing on my screen warping doesn't matter in this particular cave. Except that I'm going to be hopping around because I do not want to fall through. And screen warping does not reset the timer on these tiles. All right, one more time through this cave. I am really gonna have to fix one of these controllers. There we go. All right, so we got our Dungeon 7 key. I had to pick up a couple more items before we get to Dungeon 7, though. Whoops, stop in the cave. One of which is this seashell right here. There we go. Now to routed the kids a little bit, we're making pretty good progress. There we go. Those are not boots, those are boots. So we've just gone from up by the Rooster's Nest to grab this piece of heart, which is near the Animal Village on the very southeastern part of the map. Now if I scream up out of here, go up a room, go right a room. This is actually in the forest where we just were, and I would have picked this up while I was there, but I had to go path for all those other items I just picked up too. But I don't have to go back into the forest now. Put my boots back on and make our way to Dungeon 7. Bracelet, 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 bracelet. Got the, put my bracelet on. Yeah, it's not even picking it up now. Yeah, I got just enough to stay. No, I don't want to turn on sticky keys. That's just what I need. Then my start button's just stuck. That's exactly what I need. That is not a magic rod. So this is the only super jump that's slightly different because I don't want to jump the full distance. I want to jump half the distance. This is going to be really fun on this keyboard. See, if I jump too far, I'm pinned on this side. Come on, dude. Ooh. I got myself really well pinned. I want to do kind of a half jump, so I land on that raised platform if I can. Wow. There we go. There we go. Just like that. He moved a little bit. Do you see that mess? So fun. There's lots of little fun things about screen warping, and one of them is that sometimes you bring sprites with you. Unfortunately, that crystal also moved and just completely pinned me in the corner. I need these down, so I gotta hit it again. There we go. That really doesn't happen that often. So there's a magic shield. We need it for 100% completion, but the only thing it's used for, really, I think, is to get you to Dungeon 8, and we've already been there. Now there's that lovely cannonball. And as soon as I screen warp through this room, we're not gonna, actually it's already gone. We're not, hopefully shouldn't see it again. One more, I think. One more would have been good. Let me get myself out of this mess. There we go. But screen warp's gonna lead us to the top of Dungeon 7, skipping so much drama, so much mayhem in Dungeon 7. If there was no way to skip Dungeon 7, I would not speedrun this game. Dungeon 7 is terrible. If you're playing a no out of bounds category, there are other ways to skip through Dungeon 7 that don't involve screen warping. Woohoo! Too close, buddy. There we go. Yep, jump down. There we go. Phew. That took a little bit longer than it really should have. But I think I'm getting a handle on this keyboard now. It's been so long since I played on emulator. Should fall right in. Grab this piece of heart. I'm trying to get these screen warps, but if I don't get them, I'm not going to keep trying because I can just, keep running with the boots. It saves me time if I get it, but not enough to keep trying for it again and again. This screen warp I do need, though. And this one. You punk. There we go. Alright, I'm too far away, so we'll just swim out from here. Gotta pick up one piece of heart, and then I get to screen warp in the water, which is gonna be really fun. It's the same exact thing. I need to open up the map with the same exact timing, but my movement speed and my momentum are totally different. And I need to use this to get past a bridge. That got it. Nice. Whew. Okay. And again, if I could get these screen warps in the water, it would save me a little bit of time, but they're very, very difficult. Your timing and your momentum, everything's just so different. And it's for such a short section. Let me grab my bow here. Because I am still on 3 hearts. Oh, getting into Dungeon 6 is going to be a treat. I want to screen warp here, hop around, screen warp one more time. Screen warp, that got it. and make sure I move over one so I don't get stuck on the terrain there. That's gonna put me in this back room in Dungeon 6. I want that cache. I want this seashell, that seashell. And I'm gonna save and quit to the entrance of Dungeon 6. And you'll notice we've made our way into Dungeon 6, and we've completely bypassed the front door of Dungeon 6. We're not going to unlock it. I have the key. The key is required. Unlocking the door is not required. If you're low on health, there's always a fairy under that bottle on the right that I'm going to skip because I'm only short half a heart. And if I lose by half a heart, then you can all make fun of me in a couple of minutes here. So I'm going to make our way very quickly to, I don't know if I'm close enough. We're going to see. Yeah. Oh. I'm not sure if that third one counted. We'll see. What? I'm assuming no. I'm gonna grab my shield here. You punk. There we go. If you enter the room cleanly, like through the front door, like a normal person, it's very, very easy to get all 3 hits in before the fight really starts. If you have to move that bottle out the way and your positioning's not great because you're coming in from the side, it's just a little bit trickier, and I just didn't quite get it this time. Whoa, where am I going? Yeah, if I go south, I have to talk to the owl, and nobody wants to talk to the owl. If all goes according to plan, we're not going to get to talk to the owl at all in this run. He's not going to get a single word in if everything goes according to plan. Because everything's gone, completely according to plan right now, but that's the idea. Yep. Oh. Yep. Seashell. And we're going to do, at least in this category, the only bomb trick in the run. The only bomb trigger glitch. Because it's not a Zelda speedrun if you're not doing some glitch with bombs, evidently. Get over there, dude. There we go. Oh yeah, I gotta grab this seashell first. Getting 100% would be ideal. Duck under the bridge. And bomb trigger glitches happen when you drop 2 bombs in a 4-frame window. Now that square I'm standing next to, for whatever reason, is treated as a bottomless pit. So it's very easy for me to do my bomb trigger glitch and grab, the mermaid's necklace. That's definitely a necklace. It's not a bikini top. That'd be way too lewd for North American audiences. But the bomb trigger glitch starts whatever special cutscene, text box, crazy random happenstance, whatever special thing's supposed to happen on the screen, the bomb trigger glitch, generally speaking, will start it. So if you're not playing 100% category, you totally skip the ocarina. Anything the ocarina can do, the bombs do faster, and by skipping prerequisites. That particular bomb trigger glitch lets me skip a huge portion of the trading sequence, so I can get to the end, not have to do all those deliveries just to get the one prize at the end. Yo! I want to screen warp through this room. because that door closes as soon as you take a step in, and I don't want to have to unlock it. Whoa! And then we're gonna do another glitch in this room. Get out of here. I'm gonna solve this very tough puzzle. As you're about to see, this is a very tough puzzle. And that makes a hidden item drop from the sky. And the hidden item in this room is a small key. But the hidden item in this room is the hook shot. And that lets me skip 4 mini-boss fights that would use a ton of bombs and arrows. We can skip all of that. And also, I haven't picked up the hidden item in this room. So I'm going to spawn the hidden item again. And pick up my small key, because otherwise I'm stuck in the lobby, and that's no good. But it's just, it's a weird quirk in the programming. When you solve a puzzle that makes an item appear, the game isn't programmed to make that item fall from the sky. It's coded to make the hidden item appear. And you just take advantage of that difference in logic to get your hook shot early. Yeah, this is what I need that extra key for. Get out of here. I'd screen warp through this room, but I'm not feeling confident in it right now. There we go. And do another trick here with the fire rod. And I'm looking for the menu to be a little bit laggy, just like that. Boom. And there's no mini boss here either, because I have his item, but I haven't fought him yet. So he's still waiting there to, you know, beat me up. The fire rod glitch happens because hold on, wait. Let me get out of my way. What happens with the fire rod glitch is if you fire the magic rod right before you change area or right before you open up your menu, the game gets stuck thinking that it needs to continue drawing fireballs, and it just draws so many fireballs on the screen that there's literally no room in memory for anything else to be on the screen. So no enemies can spawn. It's great for rooms where you have to just kill all the enemies on the screen to advance. There is a room that we'll see in this speedrun where you have to kill the enemies in a certain order, and it's no good in that room because everything dies at the same time. This speed warp is going to be the end of me today. I can tell. Come on, dude. That looked good. That looked good. We got them both. Oh, we got them both. All right. So the Dungeon 5 boss is by far the biggest RNG element in this game, at least in this category. I think in other categories as well. I can, at best, cover two entrances. And if I follow the tail around, I can still really only cover 2, and then sometimes that happens. So I usually just hang out on this right-hand side and wait. And, ooh, I got all 4 hits, and that's very important. Oh, apparently I didn't get all 4 hits in one of those times. You jerk. There we go. He has 8 hit points. And you can get 4 I've actually gotten 5 once. So you get 5 swings in per grab. So it's very important you get them all in and make it a 2-cycle fight. Whoops. Because at some point he just starts spawning mimics that you can't deal damage to, and it gets very, very messy. All right, what's next? 4, 5, and then 4. I can count by 1. Hide out in here, just to create a save and quit point for myself. Yep. Wait, there's my shovel. Now we'll actually go into the cave. Screen warp, yeah, screen warp. I want to make sure I move around second column. Otherwise, I end up on that cracked tile in the corner, and I'm really stuck if I end up there. If I save and quit from there, I don't think I can actually escape. I have to start my whole run over. I'd have to reset the console at that point. So there's our Lens of Truth. And we're going to turn that in. Well, we're not going to turn that in. We're going to get the boomerang with that in just a second. 2. I need 2 more of these. One of them in the water. Give me the one in the water. Come on. There we go. And those 4 screen warps, no sticky keys, go away. Those 4 screen warps let me skip that big friendly guy down there. If you're playing a no out of bounds, no wrong warp category, ooh, there is also a different way to skip him in those categories. Forgot to put it on before I walked in the room, but you can kill him before he even spawns, which saves a little bit of time. I'm so busy talking about the Fat Walrus. Oh, whoa, I almost forgot the seashell. I always tell people is the easiest seashell to forget. Right down here, the way I used, there's an old route that would actually spawn me right here on this screen, which made it very hard to forget because you were right here. But then the route changed and I started forgetting it about half the time. There we go. Screen warp. Not a good one. I might be in the pit, and I am. Now, I might take this damage after I spawn in. No, right, we're good. Sometimes that damage will carry over through a save and quit. If you're very unfortunate. I am done with the hook shot. I just got it. I'm done with it. We're going to trade it in for the boomerang. Come out. And we'll be counting to 6 again for another trip to the Kennel World. Heck yeah. So now we're in the Bay Village Library. You can see we just scooted across the map there. But now I have the Fire Rod. Boom, that's 2. It's just very important to use the Fire Rod to let the sprite disappear, or it doesn't count as a kill. And if I go in with 5, I can just save and quit, leave, come back, try again. If I go in with 7, a save and quit will leave me stuck in the Kennel World, which is terrible. That's a terrible place to be. It's very hard to escape from that situation. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Let me get back up here. So I've got my regular visual cue. There we go. And we've already been in Dungeon 4. I've got the item, and I can go right into the boss fight. I don't have to do the rest of the dungeon, so we're not going to be here for very long at all. Fudge. And he goes down to 3 bomb arrows. So that's a very short fight. Whoops. All right, now I gotta check my seashell count here in a little bit. Interesting thing about the seashells is that this is a 100% run, which means we're gonna be picking up 20 of 26 seashells. Because once you pick up 20 and turn them in for the level 2 sword, the other 6 seashells disappear. There are no more seashells to pick up. I didn't get the which I was looking for. That's okay. So the community's decided that 20 seashells is enough for 100%, which is great because now if I end up missing one in the route, I have a couple of quick and easy backups to get to. But I think we're good. We're gonna find out here in a little bit. Get up here, Link. I'm gonna grab this magic potion. Okay, no. And 300, not 400. I'm good at counting. That ocarina is the worst thing ever in the menu. It just eats so many inputs. All right, 3 left. Oh, I missed it. Wow. Everybody just dodged really well. This bat usually has it in for me. Not on the way to the piece of heart. On the way back. 2 left, and I know where they both are, so we're good on pieces of heart. Yep, punk. Go through the stairs, Link. So the nice thing about this screen warp is that even though I need to get it with very good timing, it's such a quick reset if I miss it. Bomb arrows, bomb arrows. Didn't get my dash in time. I don't need to, but I'm going to screen warp up here. It's a little bit faster. And that last piece of heart we're not going to get until the very, very end of the run. So we're okay on those for right now. That leaves seashells. I'm going to screen warp over here. Then I'm going to reset the room because screen warping moves underground items. And I wouldn't know where the leaf is to dig it up. And it looks like the leaf, it's actually the Dungeon 3 key. We just skipped the entire rest of the mini quest to get it. I'm going to save and quit right inside this dungeon because there's tons of ways for me to soft lock here. And it will soft lock in ways where if I save and quit, I soft lock my save and that's the end of the run. No, please leave me alone, sticky keys. I'm gonna hop down, right down here. Where are my boots? Go away, Ocarina. And we're gonna pass through Dungeon 7, the boss room in Dungeon 7. Just as you remember it, of course. I'm at 16. Let me think. 17, 18. No, wait, 17. Hold on. I'm gonna need to count again in a second. Here is Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2, or at least what's left of him after the screen warping. Screws around with the load trigger a little bit. Okay. So you see that cracked tile in the top left-hand corner? That's why I made sure it entered the screen on the second column. If you enter on top of that cracked tile, you'll stay and listen to the concert while you fall and take, you know, unlimited falling damage from the cracked tile. Then you die. The frogs take you 300 rupees. You die before you learn the song, and you just get nothing. You're just very sad. There's pretty much no way to make up 300 rupees. So that is definitely a run killer in any situation. 17, and I know where the last 3 are, so we're good on seashells. Oh my gosh. Turn to the left, Link. It's gonna be, there we go. And I know it seems silly, but it is evidently actually faster to save and quit from that chest to the entrance. I'm gonna try and do the fire rod trick here again. Spawn this chest right away. And those are all the keys I'm going to need for this dungeon. I'm gonna skip a ton of keys. This is the, is it called the Key Cavern or the Key Cove? One of those two. It's meant to require many, many keys to get through, but we're going to be skipping it. Most of those keys get through. My little half heart of health. Oh, hold on. Give me a heart, guys. Yeah? No, yeah, all right. Stop the beeping. And I've already got the Nightmare Key. Come over here. I'm going to get through this last one with the flock skip. I'm going to hold diagonally when that text box appears, and the text box gives you 1 free frame. I don't know why I'm trying this. That was so stupid of me. Trying it on new controller. I don't know why I even hit the arrow key. I didn't need to hit the arrow key. That's what screwed it up. I messed it up on my own. That wasn't even the keyboard's fault. You are definitely not meant to have the fire rod here. Oop. Oop. So that's going to split him up very quickly. You do need to still spin dash to split them apart, but they go down to 1 hit from the magic rod each. Boom, 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 boom-doo-doo. So remember I said I don't want to see the owl? The owl's over here waiting to talk to me. But there's too many fireballs on the screen, so he can't show up. Where's my boots? Ooh, ooh. Down we go. Up, up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are you going, Link? Yeah, that's a really funky looking tree, dude. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Stop pontificating upon the weird looking tree. I was going for my jump key. Let's see if I count it well to 20. Yeah, all right. So there are no more seashells in the whole game. And instead we get The one and only level 2 sword. Not the Master Sword. Definitely not the Master Sword. It's a level 2 sword in the instruction manual. It's a level 2 sword in the player's guide, in Nintendo Power. It's just a level 2 sword. There's no such thing as the Master Sword in this game. Why? I don't know. They decided they didn't need it, I guess. No, I need this. There we go. And I want this boomerang. There we go. I'm gonna count to 6 one more time. 2, 3. Should be our last time seeing this cave, unless something goes wrong. Dude, thank you. That's 6. Oh, no. And back. Back to Dungeon 1. I want to go to Dungeon 2. I forgot where I was going for a second. I completely forgot where I was going for a second. We're going to Dungeon 2. And we kind of are already there. This is Dungeon 2. We're going to see these rooms again in just a minute here. But I need to get inbounds in Dungeon 2. I need to find a Dungeon 2 staircase. There we go. And this is the room I was talking about earlier. I need to kill these enemies in a specific order. The bunny's got to go down first. And look. His best friend over there. Hold on. Okay. For a second, I thought I got the order wrong. Let's see if I can find another heart here. Nope. Oh. Oh, shoot. All right, so I'm gonna go for something kind of fun here. Let's see if I can get it. I need to get a double screen warp here, and I need to get this first one needs to be really good. Oh, this guy's gonna keep respawning. Go away. And if I don't get it this time, I'm gonna go grab a key. Yes? Alright. Grab the magic rod. No! I missed the screen warp. It's okay. But I cleared out the room. I should be able to, get myself in bounds. If my timing was a little bit better, you can combine the fire rod and screen warping, and it looks super awesome, and it's very, very laggy. Wow. Get over here, Link. It looks really cool. It's... Wow. That just makes me sad. Dude. Forgot to start the boss fight, I guess. This guy has a ton of health if you play him glitchless. Especially for a level 2 boss. I think he's got way too much health. But I'm gonna skip most of the phases, but throwing his bottle out of bounds here. And you can do this with bomb arrows, but I have the magic rod. It's a little more consistent. I'm gonna drop a bomb and try to use the magic rod to knock him back into the bomb. Now, if you are exceptionally talented at this game, more so than I ever could hope to be, you can use the magic rod to bounce him up to the bomb. The bomb will knock the boss back to the door, and it saves you a microscopic amount of time, but it looks super cool, and it's actually faster. All right. So I'm gonna head back to my village for Dungeon 1. Man, get over there. And I'm gonna bother to visit home just for a second. If I miss this screen warp, then I have to save and quit, like I just did. And I don't want to go all the way back to Dungeon 2. All right, we'll take the extra 2 rooms of movement. Down, Link. Go down. Buddy. Trying to pop the lock from the side. Dungeon 1's going to be very, very short. We have absolutely everything in the game at our disposal, including, in theory, this screen warp. So I want to screen warp right up the middle of the dungeon here. Ooh, I got a little damage boost into that screen warp, evidently. I'm gonna grab this small key, just because screen warping is giving me a little bit of trouble today. And I don't want to get stuck. Oh, well. I wanted to despawn him with the fire rod, but he goes on very quickly with the magic rod, regardless. And you're not supposed to have the level 2 sword here, so if I get this right. There we go. He goes down in 1 spin slash. There's that Cursed Ocarina. There we go. All right. So even though Mabe Village is only a couple of screens away, I'm going to use the Ocarina because it lets me skip an owl, and it takes a lot of tricky screen warping off the table. And since I've only got 3 hearts, and I've already lost my potion once, and it's been that kind of a run already, I'm going to grab another potion if I have the rubies for it. Yeah, I wasn't going to go hunting for cash for this, though. That would not have been worth my time. Also, the place I'm going to is on the north side of town. So coming from the north, that saves a little bit of time. Go for it.
So we have a $5 donation from Super Big Kmart. Hey, what up, Mart? He
Hey!
says, that's one of my homeboys from Montreal. Big shout outs to the Montreal community and the Quebec community as a whole, following us all the way down here in the United States of America. So he says, I heard that G-Virus will run Axiom Verge if we reach $2,000, and I know how much he loves that game. So here's a little help to make him play his game one more time. Thanks, Mart. Stem big.
Hold on. I was about to say, if you save and quit that heart piece too early, you don't actually get the extra heart. But I forgot, I'm not getting it anyway. I should only have, yep, one more item to pick up, And it's actually the key to Dungeon 6. I think I said I had it earlier. I don't actually have it. I need to go get that now. And then we'll be on our way to the Windfish. Ooh. Just spawn it inbounds. All right. Now off we go to the Windfish Egg as soon as I get out of this house. I've only got like 2 more Screen Ropes left in this game. Oh my goodness. All right, one more. Whoop, 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 whoop. So that's us getting through the Windfish Egg. Now, if I get either of these quick kills, playing on an emulator, I'm going to be really proud of myself. Whatever the time is, because you know the time is abysmal, thanks to the controller snafu. Let's see if I get this one. Wiggle! Oh, look at that. Now, if you want to explain why that works, I can't help you out too much. But if I don't wiggle well enough, it does still deal incremental damage. It'll deal, it takes 3 points of damage if you put it that way, and it can deal 1 or 2 points of damage. And then you use the magic powder to clean it up. Let me grab my feather. Of course. He wasn't going to let me go without throwing a curveball at me. Yeah, I'll let you know. Got a couple more phases to go through here. Let's see if I get this one. Nope. You can get him stun locked in position. I got the level 2 sword. He should go down pretty quickly. Was that magic powder noise I heard? Boots, 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 boots. I'm probably going to burn my potion here. Ew. All right, got away from it all. All right, that leaves 1 phase left. And it's what makes it into Boomerang so nice. Because he's going to go down to 1 hit from the Boomerang once I hit him in the eye. Now, that's not going to be time. Time will be when the screen fades to white after I climb the ladder to heaven. No! Okay. So we're almost to time. This game really did not want to be speedrun this week. I'm looking at a table full of controllers that did not want to work and SD cards that would have worked if I didn't leave my memory card at home. That was time, by the way. But I'm glad we finally got that. Glad we finally got to get it in the marathon. Good grief. 112. I'm so sad by the time.
What a ride. You're sad by the time? Okay, let me just put this into perspective. You went from a Game Boy Player run that you couldn't do to emulator onto a computer that just didn't want to recognize your controller 5 minutes into the run. We had to reconfigure everything. Then sticky keys came in the way. Your hands are wrecked. And you're dissatisfied with being 2 minutes and 50 seconds over estimate? Let's hear it for Mike, everyone.
I wanna say, in case my mom is watching, it is not as bad as it looks, I promise. But where I did get scraped on my hands is right where I hold my controllers. So I had to bandage them up. But in case my mom is watching, I didn't almost die. I'm okay, and I'll see you on Monday. Thank you, everybody, for inviting me and donating money for the incentive.
Well, thank you for coming all the way down here to showcase a timeless classic that is Link's Awakening. And as much as it saddens me, we will go to quick transitions because I'm both excited and sad because we're coming up on the final run of the marathon.
No!
And what a ride it has been. But in a couple of minutes, we will be back for The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS with the Legend of Zahir. So it's going to be quite something. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.